Hi YouTube, what is happening? So update number 2 on my Achilles tendon rupture. Was back at the hospital last week, had my cast taken off. I had the wound checked, then the stitches came out, the wound was all fine, it's perfect. Then I had another cast put back on, so this cast is going to be on for 4 weeks in total. Changed the colour, so now I've got a nice blue cast as opposed to the purple one we had before. So the reason that I went back into a cast was due to having the bone shaved off and the other bit of bone taken out more than the tendon. So yeah, otherwise normally you'd be in a moon boot by now, but they decided to keep me in the cast, so potentially the rehab might be a little bit longer on the other side, but that's okay. I'm still taking the low dose aspirin to prevent the clotting. They do this because studies show that the aspirin reduces the stickiness of the platelets, and this helps to prevent the platelets from sticking to the inside of the arteries and forming clots. So we're still doing that. The one thing I have noticed is through not really exercising or moving around too much, and then having to hold your leg in certain positions when you're crutching around, I'm starting to get really stiff in my hip flexor, my psoas, my lower back, and my glutes. So I've been doing some stretches, which seems to have helped. So I'll add in what stretches I've been doing. And then the other thing I've noticed is my right foot, because it's the only one doing any work, the fascia at the bottom is getting really tight, so that's caused some issues. So I've been rolling that out with lacrosse ball, which seems to have helped a little bit. So I'll add in a little video of that as well. Hope it helps. We'll see you next time. So here are some of the stretches that I've been doing. This first one is called the couch stretch, which is for the hip flexors. Usually I would have my knee on the ground, but I could feel my casts pushing on the back of my heel, which was a little bit uncomfortable. So I just popped my knee up on the yoga block, which seemed to help. With this one, you want to try and drive your hips forward a little bit so you can really feel that stretch. This next stretch is the lying figure 4 stretch, which is for the glutes. I also find that it helps to loosen up my lower back on that side as well. I hold each of these stretches for between sort of 1 to 2 minutes, ideally. This last stretch is the cobra stretch, which again is for the hip flexors, but it will also stretch out the quads a little bit and also the lower abs. So I hope you find these stretches helpful.